This video might be a bit triggering or might be a bit different than my other videos, but as here I share all my experiences and I try to give you the positive side of everything. So today so let me just share you that if you do not feel comfortable listening to my video, then you might skip to the other videos. So I leave that decision up to you. So sorry so to, today, like, there were like different instances wherein, like, I would get some glance of my SP and I would start missing him. And I don't know, I just got to know like I might be transferred to some other section. And but it was something like the management has decided that half of the section will be of the current section I am in, or the other section would be some other account I would be handling. So but it's like, as per now, the narrative is I will be handling both of these accounts. So as you know that when something comes from the higher management, you just have to follow it. But so somewhere inside I wanted to stay in the current department, sorry, not department, current section only. I want to take other sections, but I also, so I mean, this is my opinion, this is what I want for myself, and I'm not gonna go in the 3D and try to change others or anything. But I declare this for myself, because what I want will eventually manifest, because that's how it works. So what I want for myself is I want to be in the current section, I want to be there in the current section, and then I want to take up other accounts where whatever comes. And that is what right now is being decided by management. But it is a bit confusing, as they didn't give our team clarity about what is going to happen. And people in the current section I am in, they're very perturbed that I might go into some other place or something like that. So that kind of gave me a trigger. So, and it made me very emotional, and I was a bit emotional already in the morning, because so I was deeply thinking about my SP, and I was trying to stabilize myself and my nervous system. And this is what triggered me. This office news triggered me. And all of a sudden, when I was working intensely on some things, on some tasks given by someone, after lunchtime I felt like I'm gonna cry, and I actually started crying. And the reason, when I asked myself why am I crying, like why am I feeling attached to the current section I'm in, because the people are good, the culture is good, everything is good. And the other place, I do not actually know what can happen there. And on my experience, not all people, I mean, my department is very good, but all section people are not similar. So I've already come out of something toxic, so I do not want another toxic. So that's what my fear was. But I stopped focusing on the negative part, and I started focusing on that I would be retained here. So it's not about being retained or not retained. So it's I use the wrong word. What I mean is, sometimes we get multiple accounts work, and sometimes we get one accounts work. So we are part of the central team, and we usually see what projects are going on in our organization, and we see the overall health risk, etc. So that's what we do. But the current decision of the management is because some resource just left some other section, and they need someone to fill in. So that's why they are trying to put me into that section, but I'll still be part of the central team. Now the confusion arises if I would be totally part of that team, or part of central and this team, and as per what I had heard from my manager, I would be part of both. But some people are saying different things, and that is what they're assuming. That's not a total decision, that's what they're assuming, and that's how the fear got into me. So as usual, when you know about manifestation, you know how to flip the script. So I started focusing on, okay, I feel this fear, it's okay, I feel this fear, but I'm not going to make it rule in my system. And that's how I was trying to flip the story. But in between phase, when I was trying to flip this story, I was feeling super emotional and a bit perturbed, because I had not seen my current team for quite some time. Like for 1 week, they are doing work from homes for some reasons, I do not know why. And there's a bit of communication gap, or there's a bit of confusion, which is why something triggered inside me. And then when I started crying, I asked myself, is this only because of this confusion which I'm currently facing in this current department, or is it because I missed my SP as well? And the answer was both. The most reason was because I was missing my person. So, and that's how, like, I felt intensely emotional. So sometimes, you have mixed emotions. So you have a bit of that why did all these things happen. And then you are like, no, it's not because like I am thinking about why did this thing happen. I'm over why did this thing happen question mark, because that question doesn't actually serve anything at all. Like, why did this something happen? So for example, if you are transferred from one department to another, but just an example, if you are transferred from one department to another department, why did this thing happen? You usually do not know why did this thing happen until and unless you are you become stabilized in some other department, and you know that, okay, this was the reason. Like, I'm giving examples of any other case. Like in my case, it was like, previously, before coming to this particular department, I was in a very toxic department, and that's how I got changed into a very good department. This is a good department, and the current section I am in is a very good team. But the other section, I'm not so sure about it, because I feel a mix of people are there. In the other account I am currently working on. So all these are knowledge sessions like going on for some time, because I came from a very different profile, and this profile is something overall management. So it's a very different kind of thing. So that's how I got triggered, and I started crying, because I felt like I'm missing my SP, and I was feeling a lot of overwhelming amount of emotions. And almost 2 times I was not 2 times, I mean, I don't know, like, luckily there was a tissue paper, so nobody saw, and that I was crying. And after some time, like when I was about to come back home, so we usually come, our shifts ends at around 6 p.m. or so, and we usually leave around that time. Our whole unit, the whole SBU unit of us. So at that point of time, like, I had not talked to my mother for almost like the whole day, because she was busy with something, I was busy with something. But she was busy with her work, and I was busy with my work. So that's how we were into different things, and we couldn't talk to each other. And also there was some packer mover activity going on at my home. So I could not talk to her. So if you do not know, you guys, I stay in a different place, my mom stays in a different place, so we are some states apart. So that's how it is. And in the evening, I wanted to talk to her, because like I give her all the updates of the day, like any major updates which happens, so I give her. So what happened was, I was about to talk to her around at night, or late evening or something like that. But I saw that she sent me 2 pictures, and I opened it, and every time she sends me a picture, I feel like it's a picture of a screenshot where my SP told something like he's asking my hand, and he goes and confesses to my mom that I messed up. I got fearful and I could not speak the truth. I love her and I want to marry her. Something like this. Like that's what I've always framed it in my mind, and that's how manifestation works also. But the thing is, so I just opened, and this is not just one day thing. It happens all the time. I'm sorry for the noise. I don't know why there are crackers. People are bursting crackers in my place. So that's the thing. Okay, so what happened was every time my mother or yeah, usually my mother only uses WhatsApp with me. So whenever she sends me any kind of photo, so I feel like I tell this in my mind, like maybe it's my SP's message which she's passing on to me, and I'm like, and I get a bit excited, and then when I open the message, I'm like, okay, is this something else? Now is still not the time. So that's what I try. I mean, that's what I visualize, or you can say that I've done so much of visualization and affirmation that it has become a part of me, that it is anyway going to happen. So my mind is saturated with the new reality which I have always wanted, because I've been doing this for a while now. So that's the thing. So what happened was, I opened the message, and she it was some random photo of my grandmother and me, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I said that I'm leaving for home, and then I just left the message. And when I was about to start my scooty, I met some ex-departmental colleague, and I had a chat with him. So he had some health issues. He was talking about it, and we both were in the same projects before this current project. So we were sharing updates, and then when I was about to leave and drive back home, and that's when I opened a message of my mother, and it was few pictures of me, and it kind of hit me in some level that why is she sending me these pictures? What is wrong? And then I got scared. Because what happens is that I don't know, like I don't know if you are a person who is not an Indian or who is an Indian. So in India, people share pictures to other people, in case you are trying to find someone for marriage or something. So so what happened, like the last two times I had interactions with my mom, like when she was trying to bring a topic of I want to make a profile of you in some matrimonial site or something like that. uh, it went very bad. It went very bad, like few months back. Like it was I was like full on rebelling, no, 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 no. And for the next 3 months or for 6 months, she had given me some time, and then something happened, and I had nothing to fight for, because the base on which I was relying on, mm, uh, times she told me, and we almost had very argumentative or heated chats on this. And she asked me that if you love someone, then tell me. And then a lot of incidents happened, and somehow my SP got very scared, and he he turned me no. So all these things had happened, and after that, like of course, like if you are fighting for someone and the other person says no, you do not have anything to tell. So that's where all the problems started. And it's not a problem, actually. It's just a situation which needs to be crossed, that's all. But so then a lot of years, like a lot of months passed. So the last argumentative chat I had with her was around, um, it was some time back. I do not remember. But and after my SP had a talk with my mom over something, and it didn't go so good, because it was like he was not admitting his feelings for me. And that's all. The so things like such thing happened, and I did not know how to handle the situation. As in, like, it went out of my control, and as I had said in my previous videos, that a lot of things were happening, and these people just made the profile without asking my permission, but the profile making was not completed. Now all of a sudden today, my my mother sends me some photo which is of me, and my higher self just told me call her, and I called her, and she all of a sudden she asked that I'm not able to find a sari photo of you. First, when I called her, I just said that why are you sending me my photos? What is wrong with you? Just like normally in a casual tone, I asked because I wanted to test the waters. So I got to know that she said that no, I was just trying to find some good photos. No. She was like, I just found some good photos in Google Photos or something like that, and that's why I was sending you. I said okay, but I already have some of the photos you are sending me, and it didn't feel like a clear, honest expression. And what has happened is, for the last a big incident between my SP and my mom had happened. Like, it was a cool conversation between both of them, but it was not in favor of me and my SP, because my SP did something very dumb there. So that's the thing. So, but it's okay, because that's not the real self of him. It's the afraid self of him, which is not my SP. So a lot of suffering started at that point of time. But when I shifted my mind from it, I just realized that I have to detach myself from the sadness of the situation, because if I get sucked into this situation, then I'll not be able to help myself. At that point of time, I needed to just keep saying no, because I don't know, like, even when these people had forcibly made the profile, matrimonial profile, I felt that something very wrong is happening. Like, I knew that I'm not going to marry anyone else, but also at the same time, I felt like this is not happening good. It's like you are so loyal to a person that even when such things happen, it feels like it should not have happened this way. It should have happened easily. It should have happened in this way. So it's something like, you have already decided that. Obviously that this is the person for you, and you will get married to this person, but you thought that it would happen in some other way. But God has a different way of making the same things happen. So you will get your SP, you will be married to your SP, but the journey you do not have control in. That's what I've realized it every time. So this is what happened. And today and then when she said that I am not getting your sari photo, I said that if you are casually just looking for my photos, or just you found out my photos from a stock of other photos, then you would not be asking for a sari photo. And then I disconnected the call. So see, the thing is, the motto here is, if you keep reacting to situations, it will increase. So what I do is, I usually give her the silent treatment. So if I do not like something, I stop interacting, I stop talking. And it's not something which is something manipulative which I am trying to play, but it usually happens because you do not have control over situations, you do not have control over anything at this point of time right now. Until and unless your SP steps up, things would have to be somehow dealt with on your own. So that's the thing. And I'm not waiting for my SP to step up, because I know that I'm already married to this person. So married to my SP, to be specific. So the thing at this point of time is controlling your emotions. So let people do any shit they want to do, because you tried to stop them, things became bigger, bigger, bigger. And it's not like my 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 mother doesn't understand my emotions. She does understand my emotions. So she has seen me crying in the airport, she has seen me crying in various places, because like she knows what love is. She knows that when you love someone, you want to get married to them. But somehow she was not able to help in my situation. So she said that I just want your good, I just want you to get married. And I said that please stop talking to me and please leave me alone. So that's the only thing I could tell her. And after that she became very sensitive, because but she even told me this one thing, that I understand the uncomfortableness you are feeling, but you cannot force someone to be with you. So that's what she said. And I was like, I do not want to get married. That's what I told you, I do not want to get married. So if it's not this person, I do not want to get married, because this is something which you cannot force on anyone, right? So you do whatever you want to do. I've told you 100 times, you do whatever you want to do. You don't want to listen to me, you do whatever you want to do. I will go and reject them. So this is what has happened till date. And I believe that someday I'll tell you my success story here. I'll make a video of my SP and me, and I'll share a success story with you all. But this place is like my diary, my way of trying to help others through my journey, because I've seen my various people doing the same thing. So we go through a lot of stuffs in at our life, in career life, in love life, and so many stuffs we deal with. And the motto is to just be open about things, just to be just learn from them. So what I did was, so all this happened, and I at that point of time when I was coming back home and all these things hit me, especially the mother and my interaction, it hit me so much on the spot that I was not able to control my tears, and I was crying. And it was not like I was loudly crying, but it was kind of understood. So what I've seen in this place is that if you have ever been in south part of my country, which you guys might know which country I'm from, so they are very sensitive and they are very thoughtful of others. At least most of the people I've seen, they are very thoughtful about others. And even my team, I've seen, like, they would not go alone for food or anything. They're very thoughtful. If somebody needs some warmth, they will give. So that's the kind of friendliness you find in southern India actually. So somebody, I don't know, like a random stranger started staring at me, like maybe she saw me through the rear view mirror or something, that I was crying and I didn't know how to control my tears. And that's where that's where, like, she tried to stare at me, but I was not even in a position to smile at her. So all these things happen. It's very normal to feel your feelings. I mean, you know how the story ends. I mean, you know that you have a happy ending with your SP, but in between part, sometimes we do not have control on, and the in between part you do not have to solve, because you have done your best in everything you could. Now, everything would happen on its own, and you will be married to your SP. And if you ever feel like you really need to talk to someone to help you in your situation, talk to God, talk to the universe, do a meditation. And the best thing which I could feel, like, I needed to calm down my nervous system, because I know that so when I was calming my nervous system down while coming back from my office after the interaction with my mother, so I started doing some nervous reset exercises. And I was like, I put some headphones uh, in my ears, and I was trying to, do the breathing exercise so that I could feel better. And it always helps. It actually helps you to come back to the normal state, at least in a in a respiratory way. So what happens is that whenever we get scared, whenever our nervous system gets something, finds something as threatening or something which is out of its control, it gets very scared and it starts having heavy palpitations. So at that point of time, what you can do the most is to actually come back to your breath and breathe. So once you settle down, that everything else will fall in place. So you don't need to talk to people who might be hampering your you're hampering your mental health. So in this case, it was like my mother said something which triggered me, so I stopped talking to her. And you have the right to take your own time and just think of things which you want. That is, in this case, your happy ending with your SP. But also at the same time, you need to stabilize your nervous system. So in this case, how do you stabilize your nervous system? You do breath work and you do certain other stuffs, when I was visualizing, so I was doing my nervous system reset. And at that point, after that I felt very very much better. And in between, whenever like the video was about to end, like I was doing some random video from YouTube, and a video was about to end, that's where I felt like I didn't even try to visualize, it came on its own. It felt like my SP is waiting for me and he's wearing that, like, since I am actually, my mother tongue is Bengali. So I saw him in a uh, what to say, like, uh, in a dress, Bengali groom dress. My SP is wearing a Bengali groom dress and he's waiting for me somewhere. And I was telling him, baby, I'm coming to you, something like that. And he was like, I'm already waiting for you, come to me. Something like this happened, and it happened so almost like for 2-3 times. And I felt like it was my higher self of SP, because that he's calling me to be his wife. And so that felt so reassuring to me, because what happens is that when you feel something, your SP feels the same. So in some energetic level, he also might have felt that I am I am missing him, or maybe I'm going through some stuff, so they feel you. So that's why it's always very necessary to not focus on unfavorable circumstances, or not focus on unfavorable things which has happened with your SP and you need to learn to forgive people, because even when you are living with your SP, you might have small arguments. You need to learn to forgive in each and everything, because that's how relationships are. Don't you forgive your mother, don't you forgive your father, don't you forgive your family members, don't you forgive your co-workers, then why is your SP so different? So that's the thing. Okay, so I hope it helps you. And whenever you feel a lot of emotions, cry, journalize, or talk to God or your higher self, or anyone who you feel like they understand you, they trust you. And it doesn't always have to be people, because I never talk to people anymore about these things, because people have their own limitations. But if you talk to God, if you write, then that helps. So that's about it. Thank you. I think the every time I start affirming for my SP and me, the first thing which appears is that a movement from my mother. And it's not like so that's what I've heard, that we all share one consciousness. So when you are affirming for your SP, they get to know energetically, and other people who are associated with you also get to know energetically. So you might see someone doing something, you might see a movement which might not be so favorable to you, but know that behind the scenes something is happening, and something will happen, wherein after which uh, you and your SP will be together. So have that faith. So, and keep on persisting and affirming. But if your nervous system is dysregulated at that point of time, I would ask you to first reset your nervous system and then start affirming again.